Hello and welcome to Functional Wellness with Dr. Alison. Today we are talking about gaining weight during the holiday season. Should you be worried about it? Are you wondering how you're going to enjoy holiday parties without going overboard? Should you focus on losing weight or should you wait until January? All of these things we're going to talk about. And we're really going to focus in on how to strategize on how to help you feel your best so you can actually enjoy the season and eat the foods you love, not worry about your weight, and just keep focusing on health. So a first few things that you can find in the description here. Number one, you can get my free holiday eating guide. It has 15 recipes for dinners, appetizers, and desserts. You can grab your customized oil kit and supplement kit. I called it the Holiday Hangover Supplement Kit, but all of those are at a discount right now, and the links are there. So everything we talk about today is actually in the description. And since it's November in 2021, I'm planning some really big changes for the next year, which also means big sales for the end of this year. So if you haven't yet, I want you to make sure you join that VIP list to jump out in front of the line, get your 7-day head start on all my Black Friday savings. My consultation prices and packages are changing for next year. So this is your chance to lock in a free consult and 2021 prices. So now that that's done, make sure you head over to the description and get on all the lists and get your free guides and supplements, all that stuff. So let's go into holiday strategy. Now, the first thing you're going to do is focus on eating breakfast. I feel like a broken record talking about these things, but it's true. Eating a breakfast and a breakfast that has protein, fat, and carbs is so important. Eating breakfast will stabilize your blood sugar after fasting all night. Keep it more stable throughout the day. When your blood sugar is more stable throughout the day, you're not going to have these cravings for carbs and treats and candy like you would if you're skipping food. And it's also going to keep you fuller throughout the day. So lunchtime, afternoon parties, all of that can be focused on fun and the people you're with, not on food and eating more because you're starving because you skip breakfast. Skipping breakfast is proven to lead to overeating later in the day. And I've talked with actually quite a few people today about how, my doctor said it's okay if I skip breakfast. My friends don't eat breakfast, so I'm not going to either. This person told me to try intermittent fasting and I just skip breakfast. But the problem is that later half of the day, they're eating so much more food. So their last meal is in bed at 11 o'clock at night, and it's ice cream and it's junk, and they feel sick when they wake up. And of course, they don't want to eat breakfast. So breakfast is really important for a lot of different reasons. And what I would encourage you is that to start eating breakfast, even something small, and it takes about a week or two. And the more you eat breakfast and you shift that eating window further into earlier in the day, you're going to notice you're going to start waking up hungrier because your metabolism is working, your cortisol is working at the right time. You're getting better sleep, okay? Now, breakfast is not coffee and a muffin, okay? It's not caffeine and sugar and carbs alone. You need protein and fiber too. Muffins don't really have a lot of fiber in them. Donuts don't have fiber. Bagels don't have fiber. So really look at that fiber content of what you're eating as well as protein. I love to recommend doTERRA's protein shakes and add in their fiber as well with some almond milk or almond peanut butter. Almond peanut butter, I guess you call it almond butter, but either way, peanut butter, almond butter, something with a little bit of fat, especially if you wake up and you aren't hungry or you're on the go or you feel nauseous. You can make a shake. You want to eat it within 30 to 45 minutes of waking up. You can drink half of it and save it, put it back in the fridge, and 30 minutes later, an hour later, finish it. That would be better for you than skipping breakfast altogether or just having coffee and creamer and junk food and being on your way. All right. Your next strategy is going to be eating a small portion of what you love, whether it's at a dinner event or a party or something. You are allowed to eat the food you love, whether it's a treat or a piece of cake or pumpkin pie, so whatever it is, whatever you love. Don't allow yourself to punish yourself or feel guilty or beat yourself up over eating something that you love. Restricting your food only leads to binging later. And this is true with skipping meals like breakfast and lunch so you can eat later. It's true of if you are somewhere and you're out and you're like, oh no, I can't have any of this cake because I'm on a diet, or whatever you say. That's heart is important. But then you go home, you might feel like, well, I was really good and I didn't eat at the party, so I'm going to eat more now. And you might end up eating the whole carton of ice cream, right? So having a little bit is going to help you not feel like you have to overeat later. Now, this is easier said than done, so I understand. You don't have to eat the whole thing, right? You don't have to eat the whole cake or the whole pie or even the whole slice, right? You can have a little bit and eat slow and enjoy it. Put your fork down between bites. All the things that we know, but we forget about when we're in that sugar rush and we're craving these fun foods and these party foods. And remind yourself that food is always going to be there. You can always have your favorite foods at another time. There's no shortage on cake or ice cream or candy bars or cookies. They're always going to be there. I was joking with my son, who right now is 9, about Halloween candy because he, like me and my husband, loves chocolate candy. And when we get it in the house, we all eat it really, really, really fast, which is why I don't like to buy it. So over Halloween, it's like, oh my God, there's candy in the house. And I could hear him and climb up on the counters, go up to the top of the fridge, and I hear the candy rustling because it's on top of the fridge, so we can't get to it. And then the pitter patter of him running through the kitchen and up the stairs so you could hide it. And I was like, sometimes when we get candy in the house, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to eat this. One, so I get my fair share of it and nobody else eats it, right? Because there's a little bit of competition. But what if we don't get any more? What if we never get to eat candy again? We all have this like, if it's in the house, I have to eat it all. And so I keep telling him and myself, like, the candy's not going anywhere. We can slow down and we can eat this at any time we want. All we have to do is go to the store. So if you're at a party and you're at this event and you're looking at all this food, just remember it's always going to be there for you. You can have a little bit now, you can have a little bit later, you can get it on your own too. And the key too, I've found, is making your own food and bringing that with you to parties, especially if you're skipping out on gluten or dairy or dyes or something. That's the best way to eat your favorite foods, but that aren't going to make you sick as well. Now, what triggers you during parties or events? Like I said, parties are not a race to eat as much as you can, even though it feels like it. Are you anxious about being around other people? Are you an introvert in an extroverted world, right? Do family or friends push your boundaries and maybe you're eating or drinking to avoid conversation or feel more relaxed? Something like drinking giving you that place to hide, or the liquid courage that you need to be able to step up and be able to talk with people that you have to talk to, deal with, get this over with, right? So how can you make a plan to recognize your triggers so you can manage them in a healthier way? Working with a food therapist or a dietitian or even a psychologist or therapist who understands food addiction or overeating or triggers can be helpful all year round. So this is a great place to start and then continue this conversation really for the next year or two, so you can understand your boundaries and your triggers and what you need, okay? Now, creating healthy emotional and physical boundaries is also really important because, we're talking about food, we're talking about weight loss, we're talking about stress, and all of these things is there's so much pressure on this time of year that food does become a really big comfort. And we have to be able to say, no, I don't want to eat that, or no, I don't want to drink that, or yes, I'll have just a little bit, or, defining what we need. And it's okay to say no to invitations to parties or events. It's okay to say no to even your family members. It's okay to say no to alcohol or foods or anything else that you don't want to eat or do. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices. And you don't have to spend time with people who disrespect your boundaries. And this conversation might even be harder than saying cut out gluten and dairy for the holiday season, rather than saying no, mom, or no to your boss, I can't do that right now, or I can't see you, or I can't spend this time. So that's okay too. You don't have to say no to everybody. This is just a great time to really look at what you need for yourself to feel good and be able to take care of yourself during this holiday season. Now, what can you do on a daily basis to support your health and your nutrition as you're going through this? Number one thing I like to use is essential oils like lemon and peppermint in my water. Slim and Sassy is another great option, as well as wild orange, because these things all help support blood sugar. They help the functions of the liver. They help calm the gut down. So that way, as I'm eating all my fun foods and enjoying my time with friends and family, I'm still taking care of myself on a daily basis. Adding in zinc, chromium, vitamin D, and C can also support your blood sugar, help you feel better faster after a fun night. Make sure you're taking your digestive enzymes with food throughout the day. You can take more before you go to bed, especially if your stomach's upset. And that way you're taking care of your whole body as you're going through this whole holiday season. I also like to add in the powdered greens from doTERRA, so I can get in more nutrition on the days that I'm especially not eating 100%. And again, like we talked about with breakfast, eating more protein and fiber throughout the day can help manage the cravings, the fatigue, and anxiety, because stable blood sugar is so important for a healthy mood, whereas if it's going up and down all day long, it's going to give you anxiety. And don't forget to drink water. This is also very key. Alcohol, caffeine, soda, coffee, these things all dehydrate us. So make sure you're drinking your water, put your oils in it, put your liquid IV in it, and make sure you're drinking enough water. And then lastly, decide on what you want your goals to be for the holiday season. Do you even want to worry about your weight? Maybe your focus can be to maintain your current weight instead of stressing about how much will you gain and then putting yourself on whether it's restrictive or an elimination plan, and then you're skipping out on the holiday season, and then you feel bad or guilty about it. Like, what kind of focus do you want to have? And that's completely up to you. As long as you're doing it in a healthy way, that you're setting yourself up for success without hurting yourself, right? Or without punishing yourself. How do you want to care for your body right now, too? How can you incorporate more movement and exercise, even a quick walk at lunch or body weight exercises? And I like to do this now because, don't wait to exercise. You can exercise now. And the more you create these habits now, the better off you're going to be for January and February and March next year. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel happier, right? Because exercise releases endorphins. You're going to feel more focused, and you're going to feel, I don't want to say rewarded, but you're going to know that you're taking care of yourself and that it's possible, right? And then what is your plan for food during the day on a regular day? How can you keep to that plan during party days or events or family gatherings, or especially if you're taking time off during the holiday season? Don't let this time throw a bomb in your daily plan. Continue to work that plan for you, whatever that looks like, and get the help that you need to create your own plan for food. So if you're especially stressed out about gaining weight this holiday season, and you know that it's cake, cookie time, bread time, and you want to be able to enjoy those things, start your plan now. What does a regular day of food look like for you from a healthy perspective? And then start looking at these days where you know there's going to be events and leftovers. And what can you do with leftovers? Can you send them home with your kids or your family members? You can say no to bringing things home so you won't eat them the next day. And really think about how you want to create a healthy holiday season without punishment or guilt. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned with all of our weekly podcasts, and also schedule a free consultation with me now, because we won't be having those moving forward in 2022. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Functional Wellness with Dr. Allison. If you would like personalized care and testing, you can schedule a free introductory consult with Dr. Allison online at Little Black Bag Medicine or message us on Facebook at Little Black Bag Medicine. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.